Hey guys, it's Tammy and I'm covering up the board because my numbers are on there because I want to present you guys with some facts. First of all, if you guys are just watching this video, you should really go back and watch the other 3 videos so you understand what I am doing. I do the ketogenic diet. And a lot of people get freaked out because of all the fats and, oh my God, my cholesterol is going to go up. Well, according to the studies, cholesterol isn't even a factor in predicting a cardiac event, you guys. And I am going to be bringing you the research, the science, the knowledge to prove to you that the ketogenic diet actually works and helps improve your heart. All right, you guys. So first, I just want to start off by saying I am not a doctor. I have only done the research, extensive research, read studies upon studies, and the information that I got from my heart transplant team and my cardiologist. All right, you guys? Oh, and I got to throw my endocrinologist in there because I found out some interesting facts yesterday for my hypothyroidism peeps. So first, you guys, I want to start bringing you some facts. Now, we were taught that cholesterol all our life is what indicated heart disease. Well, remember in my first video how I told you guys about how 15 doctors got together and lowered the cholesterol number from 230 to 200, and it was backed by pharmaceutical companies, and 8 million people the next day were put on statins. And it was backed by this study that I found, okay? They did a study on rabbits, okay? There is no genetic correlation with rabbits to humans, okay? And they gave these rabbits that are herbivores, that eat plant-based, they gave them dietary cholesterol. They gave them eggs to raise their cholesterol levels and to find out that their high cholesterol levels that they had caused lesions in their heart. Now remember, these are herbivores and no genetic correlation between us. So they based their science off of that to put people on statins and lower the cholesterol number. Makes you think. And if you guys think I'm full of shit, go do your own research. If you think I'm lying, go do your own research. So anyways, I found this study out of UCLA, Science and Technology, and it says most heart attack patients' cholesterol levels did not indicate cardiac risk. A new national study has shown that nearly 75% of patients hospitalized for a heart attack and cholesterol levels that would indicate that they were not at high risk for a cardiovascular event. So cholesterol can't even predict a heart attack, you guys. Okay? Here's another one out of critical care medicine. Lipid paradox and acute myocardial infarction, the association with a 30-day in-hospital mortality. Now, what does mortality mean? It means death. Okay? Conclusion, low-density lipoprotein, LDL, cholesterol, and low triglycerides were associated with significantly higher 30-day in-hospital mortality in patients presenting with acute myocardial infarction. The initial lipid profile of patients with acute myocardial infarction may therefore hold prognostic value. Something, huh? Low cholesterol levels associated with 990% higher mortality after heart attack. This is from Health Impact News. And it states, the studies found that those with lower LDL cholesterol and triglyceride levels have a significantly elevated mortality risk when compared to patients with higher LDL cholesterol and triglyceride levels. In fact, lower LDL cholesterol less than 110 and triglycerides less than 62.5 were identified as optimal threshold values for predicting 30-day mortality. The lower LDL cholesterol level was associated with 65% increased mortality, and the lower triglyceride level was associated with a 405 increased mortality. Furthermore, as compared to patients with LDL cholesterol levels 110 and triglycerides more than 62.5, those with lower LDL and triglyceride levels had a 990% increased risk for mortality. So even in this study, it shows that people with low LDLs die. They die. This one is out of Journal of Korean Medical Science. Low cholesterol is associated with mortality from cardiovascular disease. From 1993 to 2008, low cholesterol is associated with mortality from stroke, heart disease, and cancer. We investigated the relationship between low cholesterol and mortality and examined whether the relationship differs with respect to cause of death. 12,334 healthy adults aged 40 to 69 had their total cholesterol was measured by enzymatic method. Conclusions: low cholesterol was related to high mortality even after excluding deaths due to liver disease from the analysis. High cholesterol was not a risk factor for mortality. So here's another study. If you have low cholesterol, you are more risk for death than if you have high cholesterol. This one's out of Rogue Health and Fitness. Older people with high cholesterol live longer. Cholesterol and mortality. A new published study looked at 3,090 adults aged 60 and up in the Swedish National Study on Aging and Care. Baseline date was from 2001 to 2004. The study followed the subjects until the end of 2011. The conclusions: the inverse association between high total cholesterol and reduced all-cause mortality in older adults is primarily due to the non-cardiovascular mortality, especially among those who are not treated with cholesterol-lowering medications. How about that one? Here's one. The website is ravnskov.nu. Blood cholesterol has nothing to do with I have a hard time saying this word, so I'm just going to say clotted arteries. One of the most surprising facts about cholesterol is that there is no relationship between blood cholesterol level and the degree of clotted arteries in the vessels. If high cholesterol really did promote clotted arteries, then people with a high cholesterol should eventually be more atherosclerotic than people with low. But it isn't so. So you guys, cholesterol does not clog your arteries. Low cholesterol and its psychological effects. Mark, a 43 executive, saw his doctor for his annual physical, renewing his laboratory tests, and the doctor noted that Mark's total cholesterol level was for the first time over 200. As a preventative measure, the doctor prescribed a statin, a classic of cholesterol-lowering drugs. His cholesterol levels declined, but so did his mood. Mark was now struggling with anxiety and depression. Lower cholesterol is linked to depression, suicide, and violence. A study of men aged 40 to 70 found that men with long-term low total cholesterol levels have a higher prevalence and depressive symptoms compared to those with higher cholesterol levels. Women with low cholesterol levels are also vulnerable to depression. A Swedish study involving 300 healthy women aged 31 to 65 concluded that women in the lowest cholesterol group, the bottom 10 percentile, suffered from significantly more depressive symptoms than in any other study. People with high cholesterol live the longest. This one's also out of ravnskov.nu. It says there is more comfort for those who have high cholesterol. At least 15 studies have found that total mortality is inversely associated with either total or LDL cholesterol or both. This means that is actually better to have high than to have low cholesterol if you want to live to be very old. Now, if you think about it, back in the day, our grandparents, they lived to 70, 80, 90 years old. Why? Because they had higher cholesterol, you guys. And this one is out of clinics. This one says high ratio of triglycerides to HDL cholesterol predicts extensive coronary disease. So right there, it just proves that reading your lipid panel, that your triglyceride to your HDL is the true marker of extensive coronary artery disease. You guys, seriously, come on. We all know the ketogenic diet contains a lot of fat, but it's healthy fats you're eating. It's not the processed, it's not the trans fats, it's good, healthy fats. And the science, the research has shown that fat is not what clogs your arteries. High cholesterol is not a marker to predict if you're going to have a heart attack or not. And actually having low cholesterol is. It's sad. It's a shame. So what I'm trying to get at here is that I'm not afraid. I am not afraid of doing the ketogenic diet. I will be sticking with this for life, and I'm going to tell you why. I had blood tests done. If you guys don't believe me and you want to know the real marker of instead of your lipid panel, have the real marker done to see if you're at risk for a cardiac event or cardiac disease, have a CRP test done, okay? And a CRP test tests for inflammation in your blood. I had mine done, and the marker for a C-reactive protein, the standard range is 0 to 0.5. And you guys, I'm at 0.05. So I am not at risk for a cardiac event. Then I also had my hemoglobin A1C done, and the ideal range is 5.7 minus 5.2, you guys. 5.2. Then I also had my basic chem panel, and everything came back beautiful. Everything was in range. So am I worried? I don't know, but let's go hit this board, right? Because you guys want to know. So before I get to that, I just want to say for you guys that do not know me, I was diagnosed with heart failure, dilated cardiomyopathy, hypertension, and hypothyroidism on August 9th, 2013, when I had a silent heart attack. And it was silent. I had no classic symptoms. I just felt weird, went to the ER, and they told me I had a heart attack. Well, I could not find my research. I could not go back that far to find my lipid panel to see what it was. I would like to know. But I did die on March 29th, 2016. And the doctor set me up with the ketogenic diet because I had to get the weight off. I was 361 pounds. My ejection fraction rate was 17%, which means how much blood is pumped in and out of your heart. A normal person runs at 60 to 65%. And they needed to get the weight off of me, because I needed to go on a heart transplant list. And I went through a series of things. But they also wanted to keep track of my lipid panel. Well, in June of 2016, my cholesterol was 165. And that's because I was on a statin. I was on a statin since 2013. My triglycerides were 249 because I didn't give a shit about my diet. My HDL was 27 because I didn't give a shit about my diet. My LDL cholesterol was 88 because I was on a statin. Because what do statins do? They lower your cholesterol and they lower your LDL. So now cholesterol is not even a factor to predict cardiac event, and neither is LDL. Having a low LDL is even worse than having a high LDL. And my cholesterol HDL ratio was 6.1. Okay? So the board behind me, can't see it. The board behind me in red are the test results from February of this year. And the green is from May, the end of May of this year. So let's see. I have done strict keto now since March. As you guys know, I've been following my videos and everything. I will be following the ketogenic diet for the rest of my life. It's not because to lose weight, because I'm done with that. It's because of my health. And I want to be heart healthy. And this is the best diet that I know that is heart healthy. So here we go. Are we ready? We're ready. Okay, here we go. So, cholesterol is supposed to be supposedly below 230. Okay? Through those studies, don't really care anymore. My cholesterol in February, 179. Why? Because I was on a statin. Triglycerides were 59. 59, which is really good because the lower your triglycerides, the better. My HDL, 55. Which is really good because the higher the number, the better. And my LDL is 112, which would put me in the near or above normal range. But as we know, LDL doesn't count towards a cardiac event. And my cholesterol to HDL ratio was 3.25, and my triglycerides, which does predict a cardiac event, is 1.07. That's all in February. So in February, 179, 59, 55, 112, 3.25, and 1.07. I don't look at cholesterol. I don't look at LDL. And I sure as hell don't look at cholesterol to HDL ratio. So here, but I'm going to still show you guys because keto gets a bad rap. It does. And I am here to prove everybody wrong. Are you ready? So which one should we start with? Okay, let's start with the cholesterol HDL ratio. Ugh, don't even care about it. 3.25. It is now 5.08. Don't care. Okay. LDL. Proven studies. Higher your LDL, the better. The lower your LDL, not so good. So, my LDL in February was 112 because of statins. It is now 188. Heck yeah. Bam! Right there. Which one should we go to next? Let's go to cholesterol. Because the true marker is the triglyceride to HDL ratio. Okay? So are we ready? Now remember, if you have high cholesterol, you're going to have a heart attack. If you have very low cholesterol, you have better chances of getting cancer. So what should your number be? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Ready? 179 in February, and that's because I was on a statin, which I took myself off of in February. It is now 247. That's right. Am I even worried? Heck no. I would rather have high cholesterol than low cholesterol. And I'm really happy that I was able to bring up my cholesterol numbers. Oh, when I was on a statin, the side effects were just outrageous. I had arthritis in the knees. Oh my God, the pain was terrible. My joints hurt. I had brain fog, memory loss. My whole body hurt all the time. The aches, the pains. It would rain. Oh my God. For people with fibromyalgia, I can understand the pain that you guys go through. I mean, I was in pain and it hurt my whole body. I am so glad I took myself off of statins. I really did. Now, triglycerides. Should we go with triglycerides? Let's go with triglycerides. Triglycerides were 59 in February. They are now 55. So it went down 4 points doing the ketogenic diet. Why? Because you can burn off triglycerides through exercise and also through exercise. Let's just stick with that. HDL, it was 55 in February. It is now 49. Now this one goes out to my hypothyroidism peeps because I was concerned because it was 55 and now it's 49. Back in February, we were trying to find out the right dosage of medications for my levothyroxine for my thyroid. I actually turned hyper. I was 0.08. My TSH was 0.08. It is now 1.0. And we were keeping myself at the same dosage of levothyroxine. But because I was trying to figure out those numbers between February and now, that's why it went down. It is called hyperlipidemia. Hyperlipidemia is a condition in which a person's HDL cholesterol levels may drop. Numerous factors can cause hyperlipidemia, including being overweight or obese, certain medications, alcohol abuse, smoking, and certain medical conditions, such as hypothyroidism, Cushing's syndrome, and kidney disease. Also, too, I found out, too, it can be hereditary. So those people that have high cholesterol numbers and everything like that and have their numbers are just off the charts, if it's genetic, you're probably going to need a statin. Because I researched it and diet really does not help for people with genetics. But it's very, very few people that have it through genetics. So what is my triglyceride to my HDL ratio? 1.07 in February, 1.1 in May. So am I worried about my cholesterol panel? Heck no. My marker right here tells me that I am clear for a cardiac event. My CRP test proves that I am clear for a cardiac event. My hemoglobin A1C says it. My fasting glucose says it. My basic chem panel says it. So am I going to be sticking with the ketogenic diet? You bet. It is heart healthy. It is so heart healthy. And also, did you know that Lipitor, lower cholesterol medication, do you know it is the most prescribed drug and makes $12 billion a year? And also, this is interesting. This is interesting. Low cholesterol and a vegan diet. It's supported by the AMA, the AHA, the WHO, and United Nations. Do you know that you are at risk for nutrient deficiencies doing this diet? You will be low on DHA, vitamin D, zinc, iron, iodine, lots of B vitamins, especially B12, K2, and A. And guess what the ketogenic diet does? It supports all those vitamins right there. And the American Heart Association tells you to go on a plant-based, low-fat diet. Makes you think. Like I said, you guys, that's why I bring these videos. I'm here to educate, to give you guys my honest opinions, to do the research, to do the facts. Guys, don't believe me? Think I'm full of shit? Think I'm lying? Do your own research, you guys. It's out there. Just research it. I hope you guys enjoyed my 4-series video on cholesterol. Now, most important thing, why does cholesterol go up on the ketogenic diet? Will be in the next video in a couple of days. All right, I will talk with you guys later. Have a good one.